All right, so in the wake of all of the bad news before the Auburn game, Oklahoma might actually have some good news hidden in their depth chart updates that were just given out via the injury report. And although Oklahoma is pretty much missing their top 5 best wide receivers, their young running back in Taylor Tatum, there might be an opportunity that a lot of Oklahoma fans are missing. And we're going to talk about it today because I think there's some real opportunity here this weekend to kind of help change the narrative with this team, maybe help put them back on track to hopefully win 9 or 10 games this season. So let's jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. Want you to be a part of it. We're trying to get the 15,000 before the end of the season. So, like 50% of the people that watch YouTube watch it on TV. So if just get on your phone, check, see if you're subscribed. Really helps me out. Helps me buy some diapers because, yeah, baby's 2 weeks old and she's going through them. All right. So Oklahoma. So the line this week, it started out at -3 in favor of Oklahoma, and now it's in -1 in favor of Auburn. So you're starting to see the money kind of flow in that direction. But you're kind of seeing it flow in that direction because of the injury updates. And I say that because Oklahoma kind of got some shocking news that you're going to be without your 5 best wide receivers. And although some of these guys, I think a lot of you guys expected Farouk, Gibson, Anderson, you see Andrel Anthony officially listed as out, and you see a Deion Burks listed as out. Now, I think it's important for a lot of Oklahoma fans to understand this because I've seen some fans go, well, I'm having PTSD from what's going on at UNLV. I do not believe this is a UNLV situation. Remember, Deion Burks left the game last week with a soft tissue injury. So this is typical for that player to be out this upcoming week. Plus, you guys, Auburn's not very good. Auburn is not good. Okay, like I know we said Oklahoma should have beat the first three teams they played. They should be able to beat Auburn, right? Tennessee, you can make your argument either way. Oklahoma should beat Auburn. They're not a good team. Okay? You don't need Deion Burks in that game. If Petaway can step up and be the guy you need him to be, you don't need him. And if he gets this week to rest and next week where you have a bye week, which guys, hopefully Brent Venables lets the guys rest next week and get healthy, you could walk into the Texas game with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence. But you're without those guys. And then not to mention, you're without Taylor Tatum, I would assume, to a concussion. So this is going to give the team an opportunity to play young guys, but also for guys to be able to step up and do the things that we expected them to do at the beginning of the season. And I'm talking to the running backs here. At the beginning of the season, we expected Gavin Sawchuk and Javonte Barnes to be the 1A and 1B, and Javonte Barnes has really been the only other running back outside of Taylor Tatum to get run. Like, Gavin Sawchuk only has 33 yards on the year. Where has Gavin Sawchuk been? Maybe he needs to be in more screen passing situations. Maybe he needs to bump out to the wide receiver a little bit. I don't know. But Gavin Sawchuk has to be able to get more involved. And I think this is where you look at the injury report and go, maybe Oklahoma has some good news in this injury report. Because Gary Hatchett is the only offensive lineman that you know for sure is out for the rest of the season. Jake Taylor's listed as probable. So there's a good chance he can play. And I believe you're going to see Jake Taylor get healthier and healthier because Jake Taylor's probably going to play in a backup role. Your offensive line this week will probably look something of like Michael Tarquin, Fabichi Wewu, Branson Hickman, either Heath Ozaida or Troy Everett, and then Jacob Sexton at left tackle. If that's it, and you can keep Jake Taylor on the bench, get him healthy, that could be a very good offensive line by the end of the season. I got to watch my words for right now. It could be a good offensive line because now you're starting to build continuity. This offensive line is going to start building chemistry. And so they're going to understand who has what assignment, understand the blocks a little bit better, which hopefully should open up some game for the running backs. So I get it. Some of you guys probably don't want to hear the sunshine pumping, but I want to be able to provide you some optimism here and something to look forward to. Like, we need to find some good news with this team, and understanding that the offensive line is starting to get a little bit healthier will allow them to start to gel and get that chemistry and be able to open up some blocks for the running backs and also be able to help hopefully get better in pass coverage as well. So good news for Oklahoma there. Like, that is good news to only have Jake Taylor as the offensive lineman on this depth chart that is not out. And in reality, Jake Taylor can get healthy over the next couple of weeks. The other big one that you've got is Dasan McCullough. He's listed as questionable. If Dasan McCullough can play, which I don't think you're going to see him till Texas, but if he can play and he does play, that's a significant help to this defense who just lost Kendall Dolby for the season. Like, that is a huge help at that cheetah position, which you'd imagine is primarily going to be led by Samuel Omasigo, but Dasan McCullough can hop up there too. So really good news in the depth chart. Not, I think, any real surprises. I saw something about Tyler Keltner having appendicitis or something like that. I'm not sure if that's true, but I don't think he will be out too long, as I don't know how appendicitis works and how long you're out for something like that. But if that's true and he does have that, prayers up to Tyler Keltner. Hopefully he gets healthy soon. It's Zach Schmidt season. He gets an opportunity to go out there and show you fans that he's improved. Or maybe, hey, John, jump in the chat below. Do we see Liam Evans this weekend? Because I know a bunch of Oklahoma fans were excited to potentially see him during the offseason. But Oklahoma's favored by 56.8% in this game over Auburn, according to the ESPN matchup predictor. I think the big thing is Auburn's not going to have a whole lot of film and tape on Michael Hawkins and how he's going to use these wide receivers, right? And how this offense is going to run with him. You know, I've heard rumblings that the playbook is going to look completely different with Michael Hawkins versus Jackson Arnold because of their games are different. So excited to see, do we get the North Texas and North Carolina Seth Luttrell, who had a top 10 offense when he was there, right? Do we see that Seth Luttrell? And then also, what wide receivers step up? Because now that Deion Burks is out and Andrell Anthony isn't projected to play, these wide receivers now have an opportunity to step up. A Zion Kearney, a Dez, or not Dez, I want to say Dez. It's Jaquez Petaway, right? You have an opportunity for Kearney to get out there. So I'm excited to see how these wide receivers are going to step up in the absence of Oklahoma's best wide receiver. But some people will say Oklahoma's best player. And then, you know, hey, like, can some of them maintain that playmaking ability even after a Burks or Farouk or, you know, if Anderson gets back this season? Can they continue to maintain that type of play? Because I think what a lot of people are, you know, missing is these are the wide receivers that Michael Hawkins was throwing to during the offseason. So there is going to be a chemistry there. There is going to be some familiarity between these guys. So I expect Oklahoma to play a better style of ball against Auburn, even though you're going to hear a lot of the national media heads at this point pick Auburn because, well, they've just seen how bad Oklahoma's offense is. But I don't think they realize Auburn's offense is just as bad. And if they're putting in Peyton Thorne as the quarterback, he's going to throw interceptions. He's going to make mistakes. This Oklahoma defense is going to take advantage of that, which means if you can capitalize on those turnovers, which you couldn't last week against Tennessee, you're going to win this game. So, Sooner Nation, I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you guys think about the depth chart updates for Oklahoma. Did they shock you? Is this about what you expected? And if you guys have not already, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.